Hi, I'm 17 with my free stocks to buy in July 2019, and this is where I talk about the free stocks that I'm most likely going to invest in July of 2019. And a few of these stocks I am quite considering. I'd like to at least add one of these, and I'll talk about them in a little bit, which one I'm most likely going to be investing into. But these are three that I'm probably most considering right now while recording this video, that I probably buy or extend my position in 2019, because actually all these three stocks I'm going to do in this video today are stocks that are already in my portfolio. So today's kind of free stocks I'm buying is more adding into the positions that I already own. So I'm going to start with Visa. And Visa is currently one of my biggest positions in my stock portfolio. And the reason why I'm probably going to be adding more Visa is because I've been buying a lot of Microsoft, and I've not really added into Visa because it's been sitting at 52-week highs for so long and not had a pullback. But I've kind of got to that point where I'm kind of like, right, I'm not waiting for a pullback anymore. I'm going to invest into it because it's such a great company. And it's a company that doesn't have that many pullbacks anyway. And while I've been waiting for a pullback, I've already kind of missed out on like a 30% gain from when I last purchased. So I'm kind of a bit fed up with standing on the sidelines, and I want to extend that position into Visa. And Visa is such a strong company with card payments going on right now. It's a double-digit growth company, and it's slightly high PE. And that's why I kind of thought there would be a pullback, because I thought it would be slightly overvalued with the PE that it's at right now. But the EPS offers a 15% upside, the revenue offers a 10% upside, and over the next year we're going to see an increase of 13.5% of non-cash growth. So that's going to be other payments apart from cash, and check is kind of really dead right now, and the biggest kind of growing payment apart from cash is obviously card. And obviously there's a lot of countries that are growing out there right now that don't even really use card payments that much. Even in the US, I think card payments sit around 30% of transactions, and over in even less developed countries, you've got countries that have card payments that are like less than 10%, which is crazy to think about, because everyone that is like my age that I know, it just does card payments all the time, especially like contactless. Like everyone's doing contactless payments all the time, and to think that other countries aren't like developed enough to do that yet says how much potential Visa has to continue to grow, and it's just an easy return every year Visa for me. So I want to extend that position, and that's kind of like Visa this month is the stock that I've kind of gone, that's the number one stock I'm actually going to grow this month for sure. So yeah, Visa is definitely my number one position I'm more than likely going to add into this month. Hopefully it'll be sometime over the next week, 2 weeks. So keep your eyes out, because I will make a video if I do buy into that stock and what price I got in at. My number two position is Alibaba. Now I'm actually down on my Alibaba position right now. I should have potentially bought when it was down a little bit more, because it's kind of bounced a little bit recently. And at some point I was literally like 20% down on my Alibaba position. But my kind of thinking right now is that I believe the stock market has kind of got slightly overvalued. It's kind of like near 52-week high, and I think that we're up at highs because we're now having a China deal priced in. I feel like the Mexico trade deal was over exaggerated. I think that the Fed might not cut rates, and I think that the stock market's on quite a high when it shouldn't be at that much of a high, and so we shouldn't be at this price until we have a China deal confirmed. So I think there's still potential for it to go down. Obviously it's all down to the meeting, the G8 summit. I think that's what it's called. It's the G summit or something, where they talk about the environment. Trump's having the meeting there. So depending on what happens there, there's potential for Alibaba to get pulled back if there's not another trade deal. And it's still at a massive discount anyway. So if a trade deal goes through, then I probably will buy Alibaba, because it's still at a good discount anyway. And the big main problem is the trade deal. Even though it's stupid, because even though Alibaba's revenue doesn't come from this US-China trade deal, it's still on a massive discount right now. We get a good revenue of 30%, EPS growth at 28%, the e-commerce that's just growing absolutely massive. And Alibaba is just in so many sectors overall. You know, it's got its own payment platform. It's got its own YouTube platform. It's got its cloud that it has. It's in creating movies. It's got its own messaging service. So there's just so much going on with what Alibaba is in right now. The growth's insane, and this company, for me, is a $250 company easy. And I thought that really we should be talking about going to $300 by now, but we're not. So for me, Alibaba is probably, in my opinion, the most undervalued company on the stock market right now, and that's simply why I want to buy into this stock and add positions into this stock right now. Number 3 is Carnival. Now I'm talking about this stock. I didn't really make a video about this because I didn't think there was that much interest in it, but obviously Carnival actually released their earnings, and after their earnings the stock was down 8%. This was just mainly because forecasts being cut again, which has happened quite a few times recently. But at the same time, I'm only like 4% down on my position right now, which is pretty good. For me, I'm watching Carnival because if this kind of sends the stock on a downtrend, that's where I might buy. If my position gets 10-20% down, that's where I'll probably add in. If I stay about 4% down, which I am, 4% down on position, which I am right now, I probably won't actually add into my position. I mainly invest into Carnival in the first place as a dividend stock, and with that 4.14% yield, that's exactly why I got in. It's a cheap stock that offers growth with a fantastic dividend, and I got in this stock because I believe the share price will go up while holding it, but I mainly just got in it for that healthy dividend return. So while the stock's down at these prices, this is where I'd probably more likely add, because it's not a stock that I'm really planning on selling too much unless it got to the $60-$70 a share range really. But it's just dead cheap right now. It's back down at its lowest PE since 2012, because even though the outlook got cut on the stock, it actually had a really good, its best EPS year so far. Its forecast to still have its best EPS year so far. Best revenue year, it's forecast to still have its best revenue year this year. So even though its guidance was cut, it's still set to grow at the end of the day. So it's going to have record EPS revenue growth, and it's in its lowest PE since 2012. So it's absolutely crazy. EPS is still set to grow. I always look from not this year, the year ahead, and seeing how much it's going to grow. Obviously these numbers could change slightly with the outlook on the forecast, but EPS is set to grow at 11.2%, and sales is set to grow at 6.9%. So I got in this stock for the dividend, but even so, the share price on this stock, because of the EPS and sales growth, should go up in the next few years as well. So you get the double return from the dividend and the share price growth, hopefully. So for me, I still like this company because it's not going negative. It's not having negative revenue and EPS growth. Still quite healthy. So for me, it's just one of those sectors that's been sold off for a while, and while it's so cheap, I'm definitely going to be picking up a few more shares at some point. But for me, I'm probably going to be looking more towards Visa, and then maybe Alibaba, and then Carnival will probably be the third one if I do pick any up. Like I say, I think it's fair choice for me this month. Visa is definitely one that I'm more looking to add in this month for sure. But like guys, if I do buy any stocks, I'll update you. I'll let you know what price I got in at. Like I do with every other position that I do buy. I try to be transparent on this channel and let you know what I'm doing in my stock portfolio, because I know that's why quite a few people subscribe, is just to see what other people are doing. I try to share that with you guys. Thank you for watching. Give the video a like, subscribe. We're just about past 300 subscribers mark, so thank you for that, guys. I never thought we would get to that point, so thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.